Hello everyone and welcome back. Finally, welcome back to the sub-dungeons. This is the second part of our low unlock playthrough, and it's been a very long time since I've made one of these. I apologize if you were looking forward to this. I started this months ago, this playthrough. I was excited about it, was going to take it all sorts of places, and then all sorts of circumstances in my life changed, and suddenly I didn't have the time or energy or concentration to make any of these videos. And I tried to make a couple of takes of this one, and I just couldn't make anything I was happy with, so I took a break because I needed one. But now I'm back, and I'm looking forward to this because I really like this game and I like making these videos. And so we're kind of starting over a little bit. Last time we beat the Magkers in the Venture Cave and the Den of Danger, and we've unlocked all of these dungeons, which are exciting because not only do you unlock more dungeons and more interesting stuff, but you also start unlocking the gods, the altar to the gods, when you go into these dungeons in the 4 different directions. And that's, to me, that's the most interesting and also most useful part of the game. But since it's actually been quite a while since I've played this, other than once or twice every now and then for a quick run, I'm quite rusty. I'm going to make all sorts of mistakes as we start, and also we're going to need some gold. This is the only time in the playthrough we're going to need gold, but we're going to want to unlock the tier 2 and then tier 3 classes. And also we haven't seen the thief or the priest yet in the first video, so it'll be nice for me to just do the Beginner Brigade quest, get started a little bit, and I'll get back into things. So I apologize if these runs aren't very good. Alright, so between the thief and the priest, I will go with the thief, because the halfling, the priest, I'm probably going to want to play with the halfling, so I'm hoping I'll unlock the halfling while I'm playing as a thief. And, well, I mean, halflings and gnomes are both good thieves, but let's just go with the human thief. But actually, let's just have a quick look at the thief first. Stabber means he deals an extra 30% damage to enemies with full health. In other words, that means you have to take care as to your attack order. You'll want, ideally, to start attacking with a physical attack and then follow up with a glyph, instead of what you might often do, which is 2 fireballs plus a physical attack or something like that. Hoarder, 30% more items on dungeon map. This basically means, among other things, that the thief is going to have slightly higher stats than other classes, all other things being equal. So they get 4 boosters of each kind. I believe they also get an extra shop, a bit extra gold, an extra potion each, which synergizes really nicely with Survivor, which means that their potions give a bit of both stats. Unlike the free alpha, though, the health potion only gives 20% mana and vice versa, so it used to be really overpowered. Anyway, that's enough talking. Let's actually get into the game. So we find a wait what glyph right at the entrance. That's nice. It'll help us unclog and also start gathering low-level monsters with the slow status. So let's start gathering these. Oh, and we want to fight here, so we might as well use that now. I don't want to use it here though, because if one of the monsters warps here, then I can't pass up this point. So I will instead use it here, because I'm sure I've covered this in a previous video, but the glyph starts only warping them laterally to you, horizontally and vertically, not diagonally. Actually, I just realized that doing this here will also block me. Bit tired, sorry about that. Biceps, yeah, it's good. Normally I'd be a bit more careful about picking up all these glyphs, but we don't have the shops yet. That's another thing that we'll be doing soon. So in the meantime, I'll warp these guys here. Let's warp another guy here. I'll explore a little bit here just because I want to see other places where I can safely warp the enemies. Alright. Warping one here is going to be fine. And we've got a level 2 meat man. Now with biceps, I wonder if I can out-regenerate him. No, I won't be able to. I think I've covered this before, but basically to be able to tell if you can out-regenerate an enemy, so like hit it and then go and regenerate and so on, Basically, at its most basic, you multiply your damage by your level. And right now I'm at 7 and 1 and he's at 2 and 4, so that's 7 to 8, but that 7 is actually because of the biceps, so normally I'm even lower than that. And I get a tiny boost when he's at full health because of my stabber trait, but that's still not enough, and I won't be able to do this. So instead, let's just keep exploring. I don't have any safe places to warp any of these guys, right? You don't want to warp them on the stairs, because that might get you stuck. I can do that here. Okay, now I can fight this guy, because even though I said that level times damage is basically your regeneration fighting power, the fireball not only adds extra damage, but also causes a burning status, so that means he'll be regenerating like a level 1 instead of level 2. So then suddenly I'm at 5 or 7 to his 4, which is ideal. Now I want to attack him first for my stabber trait, which is a 30% on against enemies with full health. Shoot a fireball at him. Okay. Another attack and another fireball. Another attack and one fireball, and he's dead. Now I bet, yeah, since he hits for 9, I can tank one hit once I'll be at full health. At harder dungeons, when enemies have stronger stats, the warlocks start being really hard to physically attack because they have a significant damage boost. But at this at a normal difficulty level, it's not so bad. Let's cast Biceps, which also lets me explore 3 tiles here and not waste any mana. So let's see. Yeah, okay, so those 2 fireballs are going to be enough to kill him. This is all quick math that you get used to doing after a while. Yeah, I have a couple of level 3 enemies here that I can kill. I'm going to start with this goblin, who I know I can kill because the 2 fireballs are 16. Don't need to cast Biceps here since I already have enough. And I'm starting with this guy because he's blocking away, and you want to prioritize enemies that are blocking the way over enemies that are just hanging out. All other things being equal, of course. You still want to aim for the highest level monster you can, usually. And I'm also going to go for this this goblin instead of this warlock, because goblins have first strike, which means that later on when you're trying to kill them to level up, that can trip you up and kill you instead. So let's do that. And now I don't have any enemies, any higher level enemies I want to target, so I'm just going to use Wanna Fight a little bit. These level 3 enemies are still going to have low HP enough that later on they'll be useful to gather and kill. Level 4 enemy, so that's nice. I'm sure I can, yeah. When you're starting out like this in the easier dungeons, we have Lord Gob here. One of the harder bosses in general. I mean, he's not a huge deal, but he has those extra resists do give him more effective health than your average boss. So even though he has the standard amount of health for level 10 enemies, those resistances give him a bit more effectively, and he has slightly higher damage, and he has first strike, which means that rogues hate him. Alright, and where was I going with this? I forget, so let's cast Biceps and Wanna Fight while I keep exploring. Assuming I have a good place to cast Wanna Fight again. Yeah, you can cast it here. Oh, we have a shop here. I'll buy this, and then when I leave, it'll give me the opportunity to upgrade a building in my kingdom and get shops available in dungeons. So I can warp another guy here. I could also use Wait What, which is more accurate at the cost of being less mana efficient. I'm not buying this now because it's going to take up space in my inventory. I'll try and remember to buy it before I leave. This is the kind of thing that I do to be efficient, and then I totally forget to buy it. Okay, and we have gnomes. Alright, I would have liked a halfling for the priest, but I guess I can play a gnome wizard next instead. Okay, so I'll give him a mana potion, that's fine. I get an extra one as a thief anyway. And if I play this well enough, I shouldn't need a potion anyway. Right. And all this time, what I could have been doing, instead of looking for good places to use Wanna Fight, is to spend a bit more mana and use Wait What to warp the popcorn around instead. A level 5 goblin. I do not know if I have what it takes to take this guy out. But let's try and figure this out, right? Okay, so I hit him, the first time I hit him, he gets 29. And, okay. So one thing I could do, if I really wanted to kill this guy instead of this guy, and regardless of whether or not that would be more efficient, I think I'm going to do it just to demonstrate. I can stack burning on this guy. So I'll do that. I can stack up to 6 burning because I'm level 3, so, and the cap is double your level. Actually, you know what? I also want to. Do I have? Oh, I have biceps cast. Never mind. So with my first hit, he was at 29. Now I have 4 burning, so he's at 24 with my first hit because that burning adds a bit of extra damage to your attacks. So the idea is, actually this is exactly what I want, because I'm going to hit him once, he'll be at 25, then one of my first fireball will do 12 damage, and also stack an extra damage so that the second one will do 13, which will be just enough to kill him, 12 plus 13 being 25 obviously. And since the stabber trait is 30% of damage to enemies with full health, I still get the benefit of that even though I stacked some burning on him because I let him regenerate to full health. So let's do this. And there we go, level up. Cast biceps. I could probably do the same thing for this warlock actually. So let's do that. If I had explored more of the dungeon, for instance, if I had less black space left over, I would probably favor this guy because he's less resource intensive. But since I have a lot of exploration left to recover, I can afford to spend this black space stacking burning on these guys because the extra XP is probably worth it. I mean, maybe if you do the math, you'll find that it's not. But in any case, it won't get me in trouble later. If you've been following my playing, you probably know that I play this game a lot more by feel than by raw, like analyzing. You know, I don't do that much math. I quickly look at things and try and get a sense of it. And that's obviously only really possible for me since I've been playing the game so much. And when you start off, or if you're still learning, then it's really a good idea to slowly take the time to count. But this is at this point fairly second nature for me. Okay, so I attack him. He'll be at 33, and actually exactly the same scenario here. The 2 fireballs is 16 plus 16 plus the extra burning that the first one gives. So 33, exactly enough. Bam. Okay. And now obviously from that I know that I won't have enough to kill this guy. So I could either target this level 5 warlock or this level 5 meat man. I mean, ultimately, since I'm playing as a human, I'll have a fair bit of bonus damage percentage at the end, so I'll have a high attack percentage, which means that this warlock will probably work as popcorn, as you know, that free XP. So this meat man probably won't. So I'll just focus on him instead. And I should have been casting biceps. Not that it actually matters in this case, but you know, you should still remember to do that. Okay, now let's look at this guy. Can I take him on? Possibly. At this point, I can convert Wanna Fight. if I want to warp some weaker monsters around, I can use wait what. Using one to fight on level 5 monsters becomes less useful. In most cases, anyway. So I'll just use it to boost my damage a bit. Let me see, can be useful for later. I'll just keep that lying around. My damage has proven itself to be sufficient for now. 45. Same story. Let's just do that. Oh, actually. 41. There we go. Restore just 1 square because that's exactly how much I need, although, you know, I'm not going to get a level up, so I'm going to have to regenerate it anyway. Stab, fireball, fireball. Always remember the attack order when you're playing as a thief. Of course, there are a couple of occasions, like when you get the first strike glyph, where you'll want to get a kill where you can't attack first. But for now. Okay. Oh, and just wall, that's nice. I'll just grab that. It might help out for a first hit against the boss later on. We'll see. Obviously, the later you get in levels, the less efficient the strategy of stacking burning at the start of before engaging an enemy. It becomes less black space efficient because you need to stack more burning. The caps are higher, their damage is higher, but for now, it still works. Okay. And this is kind of situation where Endless Wall or Wait What both become quite handy. Okay, our 2 level 9s are meatmen. At this point, if they weren't meatmen, like if they were a warlock or a goblin, I might be starting to look to use the my being close to level to get a full refill in the middle of this fight. But these guys have so much HP that I seriously doubt that even if I get a full level up from that, I'd have enough to take them down. Normally these are guys that you take down by regenerating, but at level 6 I definitely won't have what it takes to regenerate these guys. So I'm gonna have a look at this level 8 guy, and I think I'll just do that instead. Or I can just take down this level 7 guy and not waste any of my popcorn. Yeah, I'll do that since I don't need to stack burning on him for this to work anymore. Okay. Yeah, that'll work fine. For regeneration purposes, I'll break down this wall. Okay, now I'm level 7. I'm actually just at the point where I can tank a hit from the boss, so that's nice. I might as well grab this, because I'm going to start needing it for regenerating now that I'm slowly running out of exploration space. And oh, here's a health booster there. Actually, let me see. Don't think too hard on that one because I clearly wasn't. Sorry about that. Like I said, I haven't been playing this game seriously in a while, so I'm probably making a couple of silly decisions around here. Anyway, now might actually be a decent time to take this guy on. I'm not going to be doing the math because I'm too tired for that, but might have enough, just enough, actually. Actually, probably not. Or maybe, I don't know. YOLO. There we go, just enough. And now, okay, I'll kill this guy so I can get just enough to cast. Let me see. Fill myself up, and now it's time to start fighting the boss. So I will keep. What do I want to keep? Because if I'm going to start fighting the boss, I might as well convert the glyphs I won't be using. Wait, what can be useful for a final first strike against him? I have cast biceps, so that's good. I won't be casting Let Me See in the middle of the fight, so I can convert that. I won't be casting in this wall either. I'll probably be sticking to Burn Duraz instead. If I had natural high physical resistances, and this wall might have been more useful, but in this case I don't think so. So yeah, I'm not sure whether or not what would come in handy. I don't know that I'll have enough resources to take this guy out, and I'll buy this right away before I forget. I mean, I don't know if I'll have enough resources to take this guy out without my potions. We'll find out. So stab him first to make sure I get the stabber bonus, and also to apply the biceps effect, which erodes resistances, so he'll be down to 17 next hit. And 2 fireballs. I would cast biceps here, but it won't do anything because I'm gonna use my physical attack to level up on these monsters. Okay. Biceps again, and so long as I can manage a level up from these monsters, I shouldn't need my potions. Yeah, all good. There we go. Dead. So yeah, not much to say about the thief right now. I mean, the survivor trait is definitely the most interesting part, but I'm still following my self-imposed rule of doing my best to never use potions, which really, honestly, if you're actually just trying to improve, there's a point where you want to stop doing that, because there is a strategy to deciding when to not use potions. But if you're just like struggling with these normal dungeons, then teaching yourself to keep these for the boss is still the best thing. But yeah, so the thief is an interesting class, but we didn't get to see much of that. We just talked a bit about extra 30% damage, so yay for that, I guess. And this was my first taped dungeon run in a very long time, so I hope that was, interesting enough. And I'll probably be following this up with the priest run very soon. Alright,